以往下一个。好，金融危机的冲。
So number 2, the impact of the financial crisis.
金融危机，2007年美国次贷危机，可以说对整个消费者、华尔街的投资巨大影响。
The 2017 U.S.
投资者的不满，并对金融机构要求加强监管，以及巴塞尔协议的不断的创新。
So the 2007 subprime mortgage crisis in US has severely damaged the interests of consumers. The people or the citizens have expressed strong dissatisfaction and anger against Wall Street's monopoly, and they demanded that the financial institution to strengthen the supervision. So under the strict supervision of Basel III, the traditional banks, the capital pressure and the cost of compliance operations have increased.
随着金融危机以后，央行、美联储大量的量化的货币政策，降低利率、负利率，坏账持续上升，也有大量的这个员工、银行员工和高管离职或者是被解聘。
So the central banks have introduced quantitative easing, which is also known as QE, and low interest or even negative interest rates related policies, which have reduced banks' net interest margin and increased bad debts, posing challenges to banking's continuous operations.
这些资金和人员大量的在这里头裁员，这些人员和多余的量化宽松的资金就会通过金融科技而转向其他的以更快的速度进入到我们的身边。
So the loss of employees and executives that have left or been dismissed could channel through ways, and they could transform and upgrade to shift the crisis and would bounce back into our lives gradually.
就像彭博所说的，没有金融危机导致大众对银行体系的愤怒和不满，就不会有金融科技。
As Bloomberg puts it, there would be no financial technology without the financial crisis, leading to public anger towards the banking system.
好，第三个，人口结构的调整。
Number 3, the adjustment of population structure.
其实随着人类的发展，我们利用金融科技的主张，我们大概把人类X 时代、Y 时代和 Z 时代那么这里头 Z 时代是最年轻的时代，96年到2010年以后出生的这样的一代Y 时代是80后到95年，81年到95年这个也没有太别具体的划分那么 X 时代就是65年到80年。
So as we are progressing at the globalization at present, the primary consumers of financial technology, we are focusing on Generation Z, which is known as Gen Z. They are born in 1996 to 2001. And the Gen Y, which is born in 1980 and between 1980 and 1995, and the baby boomers, which is born in 1945 and 1960.
因为我们还有一个叫做婴儿潮时代，这主要是说的老人，因为老人和小孩比较像，有些老小，也就是我们把65年以前的，或者是60年以前的这样的，到现在还活着的老人，他们的划分的这样。那这几个他们的消费和对这个时代的发展的认可是不太相同。
But as for baby boomers, which are born between the 1945 and 1960, their conventional thinking are more conventional, are more traditional. They pay more attention to loyalty, and they pay more attention to maybe work-life balance as well. So with a more strong individual consumption mindfulness.
比如 X 时代，他认为劳动最光荣、忠诚、爱国，他的主要消费主要还停留在电话、短信、电脑这个时代。但是您开始。
谢谢。And they are also very patriotic, and they do not like change, and they are also very stuck in the era of computers only.
Y 时代，它主要
Jadi kotak Jadi Pak Sisi ada gorengan di sebelah. Jadi ada gorengan di sebelah. Ya si Ono.
Mohon ya, di mute.
Y 时代可以翻译了。
好。And as for Gen Y, they are sort of like our parents' generation. So they are more loyal to the company, and in their rapid growth in computers and networks, they are the adults of the 21st century generation. So they are more likely to communicate with the electronic network with the characteristics of self-confidence.
Z 时代，那么他们具有自由、弹性爱好自由的生活，并且也喜欢移动网络，喜欢5G，喜欢智能手机，而且他们的消费水准比较高因为他们现在新一代的人员，特别是在中国的国内，已经有点向国外发展，也就是他们不再像 X 时代、Y 时代上有老下有小，会储蓄、会存款，他们以至于现在有个新的名词，就是月光族。
So, whereas Gen Z, they are more focusing on freedom, they are focusing more on openness, equality, change embracing. They embrace the digital society. They are unlike the Gen X and Gen Y. They have parents, they have children to raise. So they are more likely. They do not have savings. So right now we have a slang or a saying. It's called, in Chinese, we call 月光族, but in direct translation in English, we call it the moonlight group, which is direct translate into no savings group.
而且这个中国的这个父母比较舍得给小孩，所以他们的消费水准甚至会高于我们给大家其他的成年人
And in China, the standards of living are proportionally higher. So raising a family is not easy. So in return, savings is very crucial in this sense.
可以下面一张我就不讲了，就说是他们的消费动机有这么3种这么3种其实就是那么网络消费带来的。
I'm sorry. The voice is not live. Miss Anne?
Yeah, I'm here. So
I cannot listen.
对，
I can
告诉我
listen
没
to
声
voice.
音。I think yeah,
I think
line
disconnected.
cut off. Yeah, disconnected. Please wait for a while for them to join. Okay. So everyone, please wait for a moment because the technical problem, internet connection day. So we wait for a few minutes. So Pak Pandu, I will make you the host for this session. Yeah. Pak Pandu.
Yes, Anne?
Yeah, I will make you the host so you can help me to like mute the participants when they join.
Okay. Yes.
So yeah, I just make you the host.
Okay.
So
yes.
minutes.
Ya, kepada Bapak Ibu, apabila nanti sudah on, mohon voice-nya di mute, jadi tidak mengganggu. Terima kasih. Yes. Okay, I will to present in with. Okay, ini Liming is join now, Miss.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yes. Are they joining right now?
I cannot listen the voice now.
Liming. Please wait for a few more minutes. Their internet they have to reconnect.
Okay, Miss.
Yeah, sorry.
Mohon menunggu sebentar Bapak Ibu, ini masih ada terkendala jaringan internet dari pihak Liming University. Mohon menunggu sebentar.
你好，翻译老师可以继续吗？
好，
可以听到我们声音吗？
可以，可以。
你好，
老师好。
可以听到吗？
好，听到了。
那刚才那个 Z 时代有翻译吗？
有吧？
有翻译，那我们接着再往下给大家介绍。那正因为瑞士它的消费是一个好我们就可以它的平均收入是500人民币。那在中国来
教授，不好意思，不好意思，打断一下，您的那个声音是断断续续的，就是不，就应该是网络的问题。
那你的声音，他的声音还到哪里去了？这个真的网络时代，我们需要应当好好的把这一块。
Okay, Miss
Anne?
Helly. Miss
Yes.
Helly.
Yes.
Could you continue the webinar now? The internet is okay now.
OK。
可以了吗？
好，教授
Voice
麻烦
in
好，
Liming
可以。
Vocational University can hear in us. Okay. Thank you.
那它这样一个比较大的一个消费群体，这个时代，大家来看一下它这个这个下面有一张消费的图，就说是我们所谓的95前和 Z 时代，也就 Y 时代和 Z 时代相比较，它的消费的整体基本上已经超过像电脑都已经超过了这个Y 时代Y 时代。
So right now we are seeing the picture as shown. The Gen Z has become the largest consumption group in worldwide, not just China today. The consumption of Gen Z and Gen X, they exceeds the total consumption of Gen Y itself.
也正因为 Z 时代的带领，整个社会向电子化沟通，向自信、开放、自由、拥抱的特征前进。所以，数字社会、共享经济也带动了科技金融的发展。
So therefore, with the characteristics of self-confidence, openness, freedom, and change embracing, therefore they are there to challenge the tradition and actively embracing the digital society and sharing the economy and accepting new and innovative inventions such as Fintech.
好，课件可以往下翻了。好，4，我们给大家介绍一下发展普惠金融的需要。
So moving on, we are introducing number 4, the need to develop inclusive finance.
课件可以往后翻了。
Next.
吕老师在吗？课件可以往后翻。吕老师在吗？吕老师。
Miss N?
课件一直我们看的是一直卡到中间了。
是吕老师您们在控制课件的。
没听到吗？
哦，
是我们这边的还是怎么？
现在我们在可以了。哎，但是卡住了哎，他那边已经翻页了。
哦，对，卡住了也是。那行吧。普惠，我可以讲吗？好。普惠金融啊，从字面上我们大家就可以看到，它本来就是对广大贫困或者说是低收入群体的一种金融的一种优惠行为。
So inclusive finance, literally speaking, we can already tell that we believe it is a full enjoyment or the rights of a country's residents and is a way to solve poverty and for low-income society group.
它以安全性、流动性、盈利性为目的，在传统的金融业中。因为它涉及到群体比较多，数量比较小，就数额比较小，但是人数比较多。
So based on the objective of safety, liquidity, and profitability, conventional banks and other financial institutions, they are constrained. So they are looking at the indicators that are very low funds, but they are accommodating for large group of people.
所以众多的群体人数希望通过金融科技来降低成本，来扩大覆盖，提高效率。
So in return, Fintech uses the internet or big data or Fintech itself to break through the barriers to space differences and information asymmetry to coverage, to complete the coverage ease of Fintech.
那么这一块普惠金融在中国来说，政府银行还有一个开发性就是这个开发银行这样的一些农业发展银行这样的一些，他们可以说做的是非常好。但是另外一块专门从事金融科技的这样的一些金融机构，可以说只做到了普及，优惠，惠字就优惠是没有大大的体现，没有体现。
So in China, the government or central bank or reserve banks, they are doing a very good job in inclusive finance. So they successfully provides features such as availability, low cost, and high efficiency. But on the other hand, other banks or commercial banks or retail banks, they are not doing a very good job as compared to the government banks.
好，第二个我们第一个问题的第二个小问题，我们来谈一下金融科技兴起的这个影响。
So moving on, number 2, we will be discussing the impact of financial technology on the traditional financial market.
这个我分7个小问题给大家介绍一下他们的影响我就分别来给大家介绍。第一个，数字银行挑战传统的银行业务。
So right now I will be sectioning parts by parts of their impact. The first one, as shown, is the digital banking challenges traditional retail banking.
可以了，可以了。
那信息技术的发展，零售银行已经从我们最早的柜台发展到 ATM 机网上银行，也就是其实数字银行正在迈步前进。哎，是不是你静音了？
没有，现在是有声音的。
好，可以翻译了。
有声音了。不会有卡住吧？哦。
好，不好意思，我刚刚没办法取消静音。好，so moving on, we will be talking about the digital banking challenges traditional banking, and as mentioned, the technologies such as big data and mobile internet, the digital bank comprehensively strengthen the concept of customer-centric.
其实金融科技的发展最早在中国上世纪90年代出现了马甲线那么本世纪出现了银行业下岗和转岗动态。
So actually, digital banking has already appeared in China during the 1990s, and it has gradually, rapidly developed during this century, and it has profited or bring several benefits to the citizen.
数字银行通过大数据、互联网等先进的金融科技，以客户为中心的理念，不断改变着营销和业务的。
As mentioned, the big data and mobile internet, digital comprehensively uses these two things to emphasize and provide convenient services to their customer through emerging channels to enhance their customer relationship.
数字银行点对点的服务制定了金融服务，像转账、支付、理财、众筹、国际汇兑等业务。
And digital banking can provide consumers with peer-to-peer, customized financial services such as transfer, payment, wealth management, international exchange, crowdfunding, etc.
为投资者提供了数字支付、数字钱包、数字财富智能投顾数据分析、量化模型，所以可以看出未来的数字银行的发展将是整个金融科技的发展。
And at the same time, it also provides investors with digital payment, digital wallet, e-wallet, digital wealth management, and smart investment advisories, data investment opportunities such as analytics and quantitative modeling. So it is foreseeable that digital banks' emergence and development will provide financial accessibility and convenience to the people worldwide, globally.
所以今后面对的是不需要排队，把距离拉近但是使用这种运营成本的降低，人员的减少，也会对银行面临着一种挑战。
So for existing bank consumers, especially long queue customers, digital banks development can eliminate the need for long lines or long queues, and they have improved operating efficiency, reduced operating costs, and increased consumers' experience enjoyment.
二 ，P2P 网贷平台的挑战与传统贷款的融资方式。
Number 2, P2P online loan platform challenges traditional loan financing methods.
伴随着互联网技术的发展 ，P2P 网贷在英美等发达国家不断的被接受，它成为金融科技的又一新兴发展的品种。
So with the development of digital banking, P2P online lending platforms in developed countries such as US and UK are becoming perfect. So they are gradually generally accepted by the society, and traditional banks, they often have problems such as multiple processes.
中国 P2P 前几年我看在2015年左右发展也是如火如荼，非常火爆，以至于远超国外。
And the P2P lending market in China in 2015, in my opinion, has fiercely grown, in my opinion. It has exceeded in the worldwide in the rate of rapidly development, I would say.
但是由于监管的制度和一些人文的一些条件以及很多类因的原因，很快近几年全部基本归零。
But however, the many factors such as supervision, humanities, and internal factors, they contributed to the rapid decline of P2P in China, and they form almost a zero-sum game.
这个主要原因是一种，我个人认为是一种人为因素和一种能力的缺乏所造成的还有监管的不足后续应当可能在中国发展较为不足。
In my opinion, this whole situation, the happening of this situation, it all due to the lack of supervision, the lack of talent, and it is possibly due to human error as well. But this is mainly just my own opinion that contributes to the China's digital banking and the failure sort of in digital banking in China.
三，移动支付工具挑战着传统的信用卡。
Number 3, mobile payment tools challenge traditional credit cards.
信用卡是长期银行用来支付结算的一个重要支付手段。
Credit cards have been the main tools to make payments and settlements in banks, especially.
但是金融科技时代的来临这里头让我想起一个故事我先给大家讲一个故事，然后再讲这一块内容。是什么呢？我在本世纪初一次培训的时候一位老师他当时给我们讲了一个，就说以后也许未来的某一年，我们拿一个什么样的东西两个人对一下，可能我的货币就转给你，你的货币就转给我就会有这样的东西。当时我们在本世纪初认为是天方夜谭。
So before I move into this, I would like to share a story. Just the start of this century, I met a teacher or a master that shared this insights of him or her. And this teacher, she shared, what if in the future there is this tool or this technology where you and I both just tap each other's tools or device where we could exchange our foreign currencies or our currency. And at that time, it was just, bear in mind, it was just the start of the century. So all of us thought it was impossible. That is absurd. That is not going to happen.
但是事到今日，很多年前，本世纪也就在2010年之前，就达到了这样一个目标，啊。
However, this happened before 2022. In fact, it happened just right in front of our eyes. Everyone has the rights to use fintech or digital banking.
支付宝、财付通微信等等一系列他们的支付平台，全部都可以与我们的银行的结算平台相媲美。
So, for example, the third-party payment companies such as PayPal, Google Checkout, Alipay, Tenpay, they use the internet and digital technologies. These companies, they are able to connect or link with our payment platform itself.
而且这些支付工具，金融科技的支付工具，他们也挑战信用卡，也可以先结算，后再付费甚至还可以贷款。
And this digital banking or fintech, they are also challenging or actually absorbing the characteristics of credit cards, which is to pay first, which is to pay later and get your goods first. On the other hand, you do not need to worry about carrying cash or bank cards and wallets. That is also another added advantage.
我是不太喜欢网购属于 X 代的群体。但是网购这个数量，我给大家找了一个比较老的数据，16年，我们中国有个双11。
So I usually don't really like this kind of transfer method, but let me give you an example. In China, we have a very huge day. We have a very huge festive season, which is called Double 11.
那么双11其实就是11月的11号，它已经成为一个网购或者消费的节日。
And Double 11 basically means November 11th of every year. And it has sort of established in China that it is a worldwide shopping spree to everyone in China.
26年的双11，支付宝就这一个支付宝项目，它就支付量达到了10.5亿币。
In 2016, on the day of Double 11, the total number of Alipay payments reached 1.05 billion renminbi.
如果平均按1000元，那就是1万亿人民币。平均每一笔消费1000元，那就是1万亿。
So on average, the average consumption power, if you multiply it, if everyone is only spending 1,000 renminbi, then that is 1.05 billion times divide by 1,000 people.
所以每年的双11是对中国的物流、科技、金融科技的一个综合考核。
So every year, the Double 11 event in China, they have reflected or they have contributed to China's market share, or they have contributed to China's the whole economy.
现在我们国家的这个所以 这个整个这个数量是蓬勃发展啊，每年都是上升的，每年都上升的，而且快速上升，都是2位数的上升。
And every year in China, the numbers are increasing in double digits.
好，5智能投顾挑战传统的资产管理。
Number 4, the robo-advisor challenges traditional asset management.
随着金融科技的发展，大数据量化模型的产生，复杂的计算由计算机来代替以后，传统的资产管理已经转向智能投顾。
So as the development trends of fintech, robo-advice have used big data, quantitative financial models, and computers have actually gradually trying to replace human-based workload.
如果大家都知道巴菲特、索罗斯把他们的思想通过量化模型、大数据，那将会在各国产生很多的巴菲特、索罗斯。
So just imagine if the models or if the quantitative models are perfect, are invented as they are perfect. Just imagine the numbers or the investments or the incremental numbers that would rise across worldwide, globally.
在世界各国和中国，现在也已经出现了很多的智能投顾的产品。
China and as well, they have gradually come up with a lot of robo-advisors, computer technologies.
那他们的产生也为我们今后的投资的简单化打下了一定的基础。
And their investments have greatly made a fundamental to our development or our investments.
5区块链技术。
Number 5, blockchain technology.
说起区块链，可能大家最了解的就是比特币。
So when I mention blockchain, the first thing that comes into your mind might be Bitcoin.
区块链技术这2年在中国得到了极大的重视。在19年10月，中央政治局进行了专题的学习。中央政治局是中国决策的管理的政府的最高层次。
So, blockchain, in the whole blockchain technology system in our national reserve governmental system, they have been monitoring and manually checking the fundamental features or characteristics of blockchain or the essential support.
习近平总书记主持学习区块链技术，为区块链的发展快速发展打下了良好的基础。
And the President of China, Xi Jinping, he has also commented that blockchain has also developed or opened the opportunity of technology itself or open China to the other world.
区块链技术它确保了高效、畅通、安全、 是一种去中心化的数据库，分布式的数据存储，点对点的传输啊，共识的机制和加密的算法的创新模式。
So blockchain technology, it mainly has a few characteristics or features. It is mainly stability, reliability, and strong security. And one of the most difficult feature to secure is the P2P or point-to-point transaction.
区块链技术，它在这里头，它是按照账本来记忆的啊，所以它的金融生活和政府管理在这里头有着广阔的前景。
And the application of blockchain technology can mainly solve a lot of problems. For example, banks no longer need to manually check account books, which can save human labor and operating costs.
区块链技术在支付、清算、信贷、融资、金融交易、保险、租赁已经广泛的应用。
So blockchain itself, the few features of blockchain such as security, insurance, and other many commodities and credits, it has been widely circulated or widely secured within the blockchain technology itself.
住建部和中国建设银行在进行公积金管理系统，全国491个城市，公积金管理就是借助于区块链技术，对491个城市，他们进行点对点对接。
And blockchain technology, the multi-center point-to-point transmission, it has widely spread across 491 cities up till today.
如果不是区块链技术，这一场景是很难实现。
If it isn't for blockchain technology, digital banking itself, it's very hard to implement in today's era.
贸易、消费以及制造业，他们都有着很多和区块链相关的一些数据，就像我们说的，甚至包括菜从哪来它这儿可以追踪溯源。
So blockchain technology, it also ties a lot with retail and consumption. If it isn't for blockchain, retail and consumption, they are highly tied and it is inseparable with blockchain technology.
还有公益基金，它从哪来到哪去，最后如何使用，像这种如果使用区块链技术，将一目了然这样可以增加公众对这个公益基金的使用的可信度。
And in manufacturing sectors, the blockchain, it supersedes or monitors the collaboration of the complex supply chains globally. So without the blockchain, the trades and consumption, it is very hard to implement.
可能大家一直很多不是搞金融的，甚至个别搞金融的以前都有过，一直认为比特币是货币。
So a lot of you might think that Bitcoin is actually a currency. This might be a misunderstanding to non-financial background people, or even some financial background people might misunderstand that Bitcoin is a currency.
比特币不是货币，它只是商品，是虚拟资产，在进行流通交易。
So Bitcoin is actually not a currency. It is mainly just a commodity. So it is a virtual asset that you would use for transactions.
很多人让他误解了，可能有2点，一点就是因为它带有个币字，所以大家认为它是货币。
So the misunderstanding mainly might be due to the coin word in Bitcoin.
其实不是这样的，那老婆饼你不能说它就是老婆。
So you can't think that way. In fact, in China, we have a very popular delicacy. It's called Lao Po Bing. Direct translation, it means wife cakes. But is it really there's wife inside? There isn't wife inside.
因为它不具备货币的基本性质、基础性质。
Because it does not have the basic nature of a currency.
它不是由中央银行发行的，以充当一般等价物的特殊商品。
First of all, it is not issued by any central or reserve banks, and it is therefore it is not a general equivalent.
中国很有可能成为最早出现数字货币的国家之一。
So China is likely to be one of the first countries to issue the very first digital currency.
有这么几点：第一，中国在2020年，也就是去年，在深圳、苏州、成都等地试点了数字货币，也就是数字人民币的应用。
So first of all, in 2020, which is last year, China, they have issued a digital currency in Shenzhen, Suzhou, which is also known as digital renminbi.
第二，在2017年1月29日，中国人民银行正式成立数字货币研究所。
And second of all, in 29th of January, the People's Bank of China, PBOC, they have finalized and established the Digital Currency Research Institute in China.
中国金融科技也就支付大量的互联网支付大量的普及，所以市场有了这样的一个需求。那正因为第三有了这样一个基础和需求，我推断中国有可能成为最早使用国家之一。
Last but not least, the market demand in China is huge. The population is huge. And that is why, in my opinion, I deduce that China would definitely be one of the first few countries that issues their very first digital currencies.
好，接下来给大家介绍一下比特币因为这个也是，它虽然不是货币，但是它也是现在大家默认为一种资产也是蛮有意思的。那么
He founded or he invented Bitcoin, and on the first block, he wrote a sentence: "The Minister of Finance will assist the bank again."
这里头也表现出来了真的不满和彭博所说的没有危机就不会有金融科技的发展。
And this has shown that Satoshi Nakamoto is very dissatisfied, and it has also shown or also proved that the Bloomberg phrase earlier on that we have mentioned, that if the Bloomberg phrase that we have mentioned just now, if there isn't any financial crisis, there wouldn't be any public anger.
那么它的产生以后， 出现了价格可以说是节节升高，但是它在上涨的途中都有下跌，就像我们的证券市场一样，每一轮上涨都有下跌。又静音了是吧？
翻译老师被静音了，不知道怎么回事。
对不起，我又被静音了。Okay, so as the financial market is the same as the financial market. When Bitcoin first established, it was very fluctuated. When it first invented, when it was first surfaced, the face value of Bitcoin, it was rising, but ultimately it has gradually decreased.
好，有过4轮上涨和下跌，我简单的介绍一下，希望大家能够喜欢。
So as for the fluctuation of the market, I will briefly introduce or present. I hope you will like it.
第一轮从2011年3月到2011年1月。
So the first round of the price cycle is from the 2010 of March to the 2011 of November.
全球第一家比特币交易所成立的时候，一个比特币只有1美分都不到，0.03美元。那么经过不到一年多一点的涨幅，涨到将近32元。
And in March 2010, the first Bitcoin exchange was established. At that time, the price of Bitcoin was not even, it was merely US dollar $1. It was only 0.003 cents each. And in December, the price of Bitcoin rose to $39.91.
上涨了10636倍。同样下跌，它从11年开始下跌，跌到1.99美元，跌幅达到94%。
The incremental is 10,636 times, but from June 2011 to November 2011, the price of the Bitcoin fell all the way as low as $1.99, a drop of 94%.
第二轮是11年的11月到15年的8月。
So the second round is the November of 2011 up to the August of 20. So I have monitored the market recently, and the price is around $12,000, $11,000 around there.
所以我个人认为，比特币只是一种投机性极强的虚拟资产。
So in my opinion, Bitcoin is a very high risk and a very versatile virtual investment.
但是它是金融科技的产物。
But it is at the same time a fintech commodity.
好，我们看一下它在第一轮、第二轮、第三轮以及第四轮分别上涨，这个数字都是上涨的倍数，623倍、1万多倍、99倍，第四轮18倍，18倍其实还多一点，这个可以达到20倍啊，其实20倍不到，19倍，前一段到6万多。
So right now we can recap that during the first cycle, second cycle, and third cycle, it has rose about 94 and 84%. And at present, the lowest, it was $3,200, and the recent high, it's almost $60,000.
虽然我们给大家介绍了每一轮比特币的下跌都非常可怕，达到了94%、84%啊，这一波第4轮达到多少不太清楚，但是其实它整体是上升的。我们看最后一张图，我们就会发现它整体一直在上涨。
So when you look at the diagram, you would think that it is actually decreasing, but generally, when you look at the bigger picture, Bitcoin is actually increasing.
因为它从来都没有回到原点，它都每一次涨幅都会留下一段上涨。
This is because it has never went back to its original point. When it decreased, it always left half of its face value, and then it bounced back. And then when it decreased, it will always leave half of its face value, and vice versa.
所以比特币也是金融科技的一个神兽，我们静观后市的发展。
So fintech, we could call it as the fierce monster of fintech. Bitcoin is the monster of fintech. We could just monitor and observe its direction.
创新主导权这一块。
So number 6, the transfer of innovation leadership of traditional financial institutions.
随着金融科技的发展，我们的远期、期货、期权、互换等金融衍生产品
As the fintech era is developing, the expansion or development like long-term, short-term mortgages and loans, options, swaps, and futures, they are sort of a past financial innovation.
金融科技的发展将使这些产品不断的创新新的资产和交易方式。
In this section, fintech, they always would innovate or create new commodities so that they are less affected by challenges for a long time or in a long-term basis.
好，7，金融科技对传统的金融机构。 又进了是吧？一旦占领了市场，那么它的利益会非常大，而成本比较低。
So once they conglomerate the whole market, their profit would be very huge, but their cost is very low.
这就是规模经济的产生。
This is how they run the operating costs, and this is how fintech.
核心人才，
So the first factor would be the compound talents who master financial business and internet genius.
中国金融机构其实很早之前就有一批学数学、学计算机的，然后进入银行从业。
So in China's financial organization, earlier stages, there were actually a lot of talents that studies computers, statistics, mathematics that are looking forward to enter financial or insurance-related jobs.
随着时代的发展，当时主要是计算机的发展的需要，所以才出现了这样一个现象。现在金融科技的发展更加，这种现象更为明显。
So at that time period, the development of computer is more apparent to the people there. But right now, the development of fintech is more apparent right now in this era today.
二，具备创新思维又兼有实践能力的创新人才。
Moving on, number 2, the innovative talents with both innovative thinking and practical abilities.
创新在整个金融业是十分重要的思维。
Innovation is very crucial and important in the whole financial industry.
我们有些事情，其实我们思考一下，真的是不怕做不到，就怕想不到。
Just think about it. There are actually a lot of things that isn't impossible to do. It's just that it is impossible to think of it.
你连想都想不到，你怎么能去实践、去创新呢？
If you couldn't think of it, then how would you practically sustain or do it?
所以我们需要创新思维。
And that is why we highly need innovative thinking.
同时也需要去实践这一思维的人相结合。你有的人光只会想，不会做，那也没用。
But at the same time, we would also need the people that would perform the jobs that the innovative thinkers think. Some people, they would only think, but they would not perform.
正因为如此，这两类人才的结合，将会是我们金融创新人才的管理人才的需要。
And due to the factors I've mentioned above, the combination of innovative thinking and practical ability is very crucial to manage talents in the financial industry.
三，兼备风险意识和法治思维的管理型。
And number 3, it's management talents with both risk awareness and legal thinking.
金融业，第一是风险，第二是风险，第三还是风险。
In financial industries, the first one is risk, the second one is always risk, and the third one is always forever risks.
风险意识的强化才是金融业稳定发展的需要。
The risk awareness is always the sustainability or the characteristics in someone that would keep them going or keep them survive in the financial industry.
对，在一个依法治国的国家里，所以需要以法律为准绳，所以这二者的结合才是管理的需求。
In a region or in a country with adhering laws and regulations, this combination of these two factors is very important to manage talents, and which is why we have been criticizing and we have been criticizing and keep mentioning it throughout the subpoints.
那么之前的金融业的人转向互联网金融，最多的或者说是需求量最大的，主要有这么3类人员。
So the previous staffs or the previous position of the people who switched to financial industry are mainly three sectors.
信贷业务，这个信贷业务主要是一些小额贷款普惠金融。
The first one would be credit business. This credit business is mostly credit scores or credit managers.
保险代理人或者是保险顾问、保险经纪人。
The second one would be insurance agent or insurance broker, consultant, advisors.
金融资产的销售人，各类金融资产的销售人。
And financial sales managers or financial marketing executives.
其实这一块特别适合高知人才去从业。
Especially this area, it is specifically suitable for high managerial position talents.
好，其他的几项，什么理财经理分投项目管理都需要以及技术研发还有运营都需要一些人。
As for the others, they are equally important as well, such as risk equity investment, HR, business development, technology R&D, operations, etc. They are equally important as well.
但是这些需求的，特别是技术研发和运营还有人力资源，这些需要的层次也就属于研究生博士这样的。
However, the talents that they are looking, especially in the Department of Human Resource, Technology, R&D, Operations, or Project Management, they are looking more into academics, such as PhD holders or postgraduate holders.
好，我们介绍一下金融科技背景下高知人才这个层次培养的需求。
Number 2, we will look into the demand for high-level financial talents under the background of financial technology.
好，我们2个小标题，一个是金融本科层次的金融科技人才需求，还有一个高知人士的金融资产需求。
So the subtopic as shown will be number 1, demand for financial technology talents at undergraduate level. Number 2, demand for high-level financial talents.
我个人其实不太赞成用这种层次，也就本科高职来分人才需求。我的分类是这样一种分类。
Personally, would slightly disagree with the segregation of education level. I personally would incline towards the segregation towards their experience or their core knowledge.
第一类我就说是分为研究型人才。
Because I mainly would want to profound or cultivate new talents.
第2类就是应用型的人才。
So number 2 would be to use them in the great ways.
研究型的人才主要是一些硕士、博士这样的一些，甚至一些海归是对未来创新发展的一个引领作用的人才。
So research types of graduates such as PhD holders, postgraduates, or even students that was overseas that was abroad, they actually plays a role in the high-level financial talents.
另外一类应用型人才，我们也可以称为职业型的人才，主要是金融科技的应用、沟通、营销策划以及管理和激励员工。
And another type of talent would be managerial or occupational type of talents. They would communicate well. They have strong interpersonal skills. They would motivate or encourage their subordinates when needed. These are the practical capabilities of a occupational managerial material.
其实不管是高职还是本科，那现在应用性人才在中国已经不是层次的划分，简单说，本科也有，专科也有。
So, irregardless of undergraduate level or high level or postgrad level, in financial industry, it is widely across. So you can find undergraduate level anywhere, or you can find PhD holders anywhere as well.
其实换句话说，以前的银行、证券、保险金融业，也就我们说，他们的人才需求有中专、有大专、有本科。
So it's just like conventional or traditional banking last time. They segregate it as well. They have commercial banking, they have retail bankings. It's the same applies here. So we have undergraduate level, we have major, we have specialization. There are talents or there are applicants anywhere across.
随着本世纪的发展，银行业在中国有一段时间收入非常的高。
So in the development of financial industry itself, banking in China, it contributes to a very high wage or high salary in banking industry.
所以很多的人才希望到金融机构、到银行去就业。
That is why a lot of talents or applicants or candidates, they would often look for jobs in banking or financial institutions.
所以银行不断的把就业的这个学历提高，由大专提到本科，本科甚至提到研究生。
That is why banks or financial institutions have gradually increased their requirements in their staffs or talents from college graduates to undergraduate and then slowly to postgraduates.
以减少他们的招聘压力。
This is to reduce the pressure or the stress to recruit candidates.
其实他们需求的人才不在于学历，而是在于你有没有沟通能力，对金融资产的风险有没有防范、了解、控制的能力。
But actually, what they look at is not really your educational level. They are really looking at your communication skill. They are looking at your risk awareness. Are you able to control risk? Are you able to critical think? Are you able to solve critical problems during risky periods?
我们的学生是大专毕业，最后也能通过在这些公司的就业，不断的提高能力以后，也能进入银行，甚至进入管理层。
even college graduates, our students, which are college graduates, they are able to enter banks and they would gradually improve their communication skills or abilities. And one day, one fine day, they would also succeed as a high managerial position.
说明在中国现在也出现了能力高于学历的
In China right now, the phenomena is also very apparent, which is ability supersedes the educational level.
所以我们的培养现在以能力为主导当然了，学历也不能说不管，因为你要进入管理层在中国，现在本科是一个必须达到的条件。
That is why we are slowly inclining to cultivate abilities or hands-on projects to educate talents or candidates. However, of course, educational level is not to ignore. Educational is also very important, but we are also inclining towards ability or capabilities.
好，第三部分我们给大家分享一下高职院校这个人才培养这个如何应对金融科技的这个以黎明职业大学为例。
So the third would be the countermeasures of finance majors in vocational colleges in response to the reform of Fintech. And we're taking Liming Vocational University as an example.
我从3个方面给大家介绍。第一个是黎明大学金融管理专业发展的历程，第二个是金融科技驱动下金融专业的改革做法，3主要特色和经验。
And as shown, we will be segregating into 3 subdivisions as well. The first one would be the development history of financial management major in Liming Vocational University. The second one would be the practice of financial management professional reform driven by financial technology. And last but not least, the main features and experience.
给大家介绍一下我们黎明职业大学金融管理专业的发展历程。
So right now I'll be introducing the development history of Liming Vocational University's financial management profession.
我是3年引进到黎明职业大学的老师原来在一个本科院校。那么我来了以后就申办了金融专业，04年开始招生，17年来培养毕业生880名。
So I am actually a graduate here, and when I've arrived and I applied for and approved the financial management and practice major in 2003, and the enrollment began the next year, 2004, and a total of 880 graduates have been trained.
现有在校生6个班，301名。
And there are currently 301 students in this school right now.
本专业兼职老师有15名专业老师就是学校老师，这个兼职教师就是企业、银行、证券、保险到学校来兼课的老师。
And there is a total of 15 full-time and part-time teachers in this major, and the part-time teachers, they are financial management major part-time teachers.
通过10几年的建设，我们专业也取得了不少的成绩。我不知道你们境外的这些专业是怎么考察的，我们境内的一些专业主要是根据国家的和学校的一些项目来进行评估。
So I'm not too sure how other countries host or hold their exam based in the university, but here we we look into the extracurricular curriculum and academic equally, and we highly regard both of the factors.
那么在几年以后，也就09年，就获得学校的精品的。
So 5 years later, which is 2009, the school actually was awarded the first prize of provincial teaching achievement.
2009年与其他专业一并变省教。
And in 2009, the major of financial management was rated as Liming Vocational University's significant major.
2014年，金融管理的教学团队立项为黎明职业大学双教能力团队。
In 2014, the financial management of Liming Vocational University, they were approved as the dual teaching ability team and practice professional teaching team.
2012年，在福建省财政金融专业高职类的综合评价中间荣获第3名。
And in 2012, in Fujian, they won 3rd place in the provincial financial professional quality evaluation competition.
这个我说一下，前2名分别是福建商专和福建对外经贸职业学院，这2名如今都已经升本了升为本科了。
So I have to make note or make a remark here. Over these 2 years, the Fujian Institute and the municipal departmental Fujian vocational organization, they have resided or they have upgraded, progressed to undergraduate.
多年来，专业老师完成省级科研项目2项，视听级科研项目18项，那么参与数十项。
Over the years, our professional teachers have completed over 2 provincial level scientific research projects, 18 municipal and departmental level scientific research projects, and more than a dozen people have participated.
专业教师主持横向课题就是和企业一并开发的课题22项经费近50万元。
And it has successfully presided over 22 horizontal projects across with a funding of nearly 500,000.
2013年，金融专业教师主持金融专业国家资源库子项目证券从业资格辅导站的建设。
And in 2013, the presiding unit of construction of the National Resource Bank, the sub-project of the financial profession, the presiding unit of the construction of this big data finance, it has course project of the internet financial profession in 2019.
2019年，互联网金融专业的国家金融库、大数据金融课程我们学校作为主持单位。
And also at the same year in 2019, the internet finance profession, they are the host for the internet big data finance event.
2000年，专业教师团队在福建省教师教学能力大赛荣获1等奖。
And in 2020, the Fujian Teachers Teaching Ability Competition, the professional teachers, they won first prize in this particular competition.
在国家微课比赛中荣获3等奖。
And they won third prize in the National Micro Class Competition.
专业在思政课程、在线精品课程、课政融合、创新创业、校企共建课程，所有的项目都有立项。
And they major in political courses, in online quality courses, and innovation and entrepreneurship, school enterprise, co-construction, all school-level projects have been established.
专业全面参与三教改革，这三教主要指的是教师教材、教法改革，成效显著。
And the professional and comprehensive participation in all three education reforms, mainly teachers, professionals, and the materials, they are particularly effective very significantly.
学生技能竞赛成绩显著。
The students, the scores are remarkable as well in the competition.
近5年来，福建省银行业务综合技能大赛获团体2等奖4次，团体3等奖1次；全国银行业务综合技能大赛获团体2等奖1次。
And in the past 5 years, the Fujian Provincial Banking Comprehensive Skill Competition, the group won second prize 4 times and the third prize once. The National Banking Comprehensive Skills Competition, the group won second prize once, and the Cross-Strait Skills Competition Commercial Bank Sand Table Competition, the group won first prize awarded 1 time and the second prize 2 times, 1 third prize.
海峡两岸技能大赛、商业银行沙盘大赛获团体1等奖1次、2等奖2次、3等奖1次。
And the cross-strait skills competition, commercial table competition, it was awarded 1 time, 2 second prizes, and third prize.
这个海峡是指的台湾海峡主要是台湾和大陆。
This cross-strait means Taiwan and China combined.
全国金融与证券投资模拟大赛获2等奖6次，团体2等奖6次，3等奖26次。
The National Finance and Securities Investment Simulation Contest, the group won second prize 6 times and individually third prize 26 times.
虽然我们在中间取得了一定的成绩那么我们反思过去那么有一些做法跟大家一并分享。
So since we have adhered or we have awarded many accomplishments, so right now we could take a look back of our achievements and our persistence in our reward.
我们在金融科技驱动下金融专业一直采取的做法有这么4个方面，给大家分享一下。1、坚持专业人才需求市场调查。
So in financial industry, we have always insisted on this 4 teaching method, which is the first one to deepen the talents of the lecture halls or in university, merely be in companies, in offices.
企业和校内教师共同培养学生针对不同单位，那么培养的金融资产和产品 是不同的。
So our industry and academic supervisors, we would specifically or explicitly train the students in different or various ability or department. And we would pinpoint the interns, what are their strengths and what are their weaknesses, to mainly to picture what are they good at.
那么通过共同的培养，这样我们的学生可以在学校就了解企业的产品，同时老师也通过跟踪带学生去实习企业的。
So we made it as a core or a compulsory subject. So let's look at the schedule, look at the table. This is actually our interns' schedule and the scope of their the job scope.
这个班的学生是明年，就现在说是今年的6月份毕业，我们在去年的9月份到企业进行实习。
So this batch of the student is actually graduates of this coming June this year, and they are the interns. They've started the internship since last year, September.
这张表我简单说一下，横表是第1个月、第2个月、第3个月、第4个月、第5个月，就是10月份。你说吧。
好。So let me just briefly explain. Horizontally, rows, it's the month. So the first month, second month, third month, and fourth month, fifth month, etc.
纵向3000元以下，3000到5000到8000到1万元以上，这个是人民币的收入，在我们的学生数和比例。
So the total of row, as you can see on the left-hand side, below 3,000, 3,000 to 5,000, 5,000 to 8,000, so on and so forth, is actually the salary range of our student, accumulative of the month, of the several month.
简单大家看就能看到，第1个月基本上都在底薪，个别同学有所提高。第2个月，有的同学已经进入到，甚至一个同学，这个有偶然性，已经进入到1万。
So as you can see, when everybody started, it is always at the base income, which is below 3,000 yuan. But on the second month, they are gradually increasing. There are actually one student, 1.3%, is actually earning 10,000 yuan or more.
后面当然了，进入1万以上的员工还是很少的我们也是这个也是可以理解的那么因为在中国，其实平均收入在全州就是5000，是一个平均点。那么我们的学生能达到这个收入，我认为在实习中间能达到这个收入已经非常不错了，说明他们的能力是可以适应社会。
But I would also like to make note.
股票行情以及新300，就是按这个给大家介绍，这个标题什么含义就是这样去给学生讲课。
And this title, I will show right now. You just click on to this title, and it will bring you up.
因为时间关系，这个软件我就不介绍了，因为我们很多软件都是和各种项目的建设，其实任何一种，包括科研，它的研究为我们教师的成长都打下了良好的基础。
And various projects that we have trained or we have accomplished have also have also various talented teachers that also laid the same good foundation during this epidemic in a large scale, large amount of teaching resources.
正因为如此，我们在教师队伍的建设依据不同形成了不同的科研团队、教学项目团队、培训团队、比赛团队。
And that is why, due to the various factors that I've just mentioned, we have successfully built a team of teachers that contributes to professional development. This includes construction of scientific research team, teaching project team building, training team building, and competition team building.
各位老师好，我们的这些做法也是我们在总结中间不断的完善得到的这样的一些思路，希望你能够为你们的教学和培养提供一个借鉴。好，谢谢大家。
So this concludes my presentation today, and I hope that my presentation today contributes to everyone here, and I hope that you enjoyed my presentation.
OK，教授，我们这边有几位老师有几个问题想要跟你提问的。
对
，Henry, can you translate it?
Yeah， 那第一位呢，他第一个问题，他说谢谢你那么精彩的演讲。那他说，您采用什么方法来管理您所在的国家或者各个地区、各个部门进行的数字化转型的 IT 的风险？That could control or hold the risk.
当时的 P2P 平台，它作为的是信息平台，我认为十分不妥当，应当定义为信用平台，信用平台才可以，而信用平台那就是间接融资。
So P2P, it started initially as an information platform, but it slowly gradually transformed into a credit platform.
所以我的结论就是加强监管，减少 P2P 的，这个当时获得了金融工作局的2等奖。
So my conclusion that time was to increase or strengthen supervision, and in return decrease the P2P lending.
好，不知道就这样一个解释您是否满意？谢谢你了。
I'm not too sure if my explanation would answer your question. I hope so.
Okay, just now the answer from Professor Yi is to Miss Akrisa from Stimata. So right now it will be another two questions from Miss Viraya. So Helly, can you please translate the questions?
Yeah. 所以现在还有
按时偿还，或者是分期偿还，这可能会把控好。
So right now, the main concern, or primarily the main issue, is to see the development of the pandemic situation and to see how fintech or financial industry has progressed, so that we could segregate, for example, installments and like I've mentioned, like credit cards or installments or paying out loans or debts.
好，回答完毕，不知道是否满意？谢谢。
So that is my answer. I hope I've answered your question.
Okay, Mr. N.
Yeah, yes, Mr. Pandu. So we still have another 2 questions.
Yes.
Yeah.
教授还有另外一道问题，他说，如果我没弄错的话，中国有2家最大的金融科技公司，第一个是 Ant Financial 和 Lufax。从他们那里了解到，您认为中国金融科技公司的成功案例是什么？
是的，这个蚂蚁集团本来是去年要上市的。
蚂蚁金服，这是那个。
就是蚂蚁集团去年会上市的，因为它的马云，他的高管他的实际控制人马云在一个会议就上海外滩金融高峰论坛有20分钟讲话，那直接对监管甚至对发债协议都提出了一些质疑和看法。
Mohon Bapak ketika sesi tanya jawab ini. Oke. Thank you, Mr. N.
Thank you, Mr. Andik. Okay, so Helly, you can translate the questions from Miss Nolaili just now and to Prof. Yi.
OK， 还有最后一道问题，来自Nolaili 女士，她说：“谢谢教授，您为我们做了精彩的演讲。您认为尚未 OJK 金融服务管理局登记或者注册的金融科技贷款的影响如何？”
我没有，但是我也就金融科技现在这一块贷款和金融混合在一起了。
I mean no disrespect, but right now, fintech and fintech or financial loans, they are very jumbled together.
那么它的融合，它是本质是一家贷款公司，但是它利用的是金融科技的手段来进行寻找客户来源。
So the nature of their enterprise is actually a loan company, but they are actually implementing financial technology to attract customers or consumers.
这个问题好像又回到刚才支付宝，就蚂蚁金服或者是蚂蚁集团这来了。它就是标准的就是这样一个业态形式，它是贷款，但是它利用的是金融科技的手段。
And this would relay back to the Ant Financial question previously that I've just answered. They are the typical example of a company that gives out loans, but they are using fintech as a implementation method.
从现在政府来看，当像这样一类公司，金融贷款类公司进行管理，但是现在也难免有一些小公司打着这个金融科技的旗号，那么在做这样的一些金融业务，来回避这种金融的监管的可能。
So, as a government's point of view, this is of course a positive. Enterprises would exploit this opportunity to use fintech as a platform, as a channel, or as a medium to perform or to override the supervision of financial institutions.
所以这也是我们国家现在要密切监管层要密切思考的， 有时候也是因为科技金融的发展难以定性的一个问题啊，有些它就有些就游走在这种金融科技和金融业之间，哪边有利它就往哪边走，这种现象还是存在的。
So right now, it is the main goal to actually define financial technology and financial products. So right now, government has to define which are the financial products or which are the financial technology, and it is very versatile. It is very liquid. Sometimes it would incline towards financial products, but it has characteristics or properties of financial technology in it, and it goes both ways, vice versa.